Man, oh man. This McMahon family drama is better than almost anything that we saw back in the late 90s into the early 2000s. The McMahon-Helmsley era that we saw come to real life is over. Stephanie McMahon has resigned again from WWE. It was only about a year ago when she resigned, saying that basically she was stepping away from WWE, that she was going to go home, she was going to be a full-time mom, and sort of devote herself to that. And, the Vince thing happened, and she stepped up into the CEO role. And everybody this last week has been saying, even with Vince coming back, even with the rumors that Vince is going to sell the ship, that Stephanie was going to stay in that job. There's got to be something going on in that family where I don't know if maybe Stephanie's upset over what Vince did to Linda, maybe them splitting up. But there's no way that family can be as close in real life as they portray themselves in pictures and videos that we see with them sort of interacting. I know that when families break up, it sort of becomes weird between them. I don't even know if that's what it's going to be, but there's got to be something. I mean, this is just nuts. If Vince is really going to sell the company and someone else is going to buy it, I think Eric Bischoff talked about it on his podcast. More than likely, for the first year after the sale, most things are going to stay the same. Maybe some people leave, but whoever buys this company, especially if it's going to be somebody sort of like Disney or Comcast that's rumored to be running this thing, they need wrestling people to run the company. They're going to need the people that have been running it to keep doing it. Honestly, in my opinion right now, I wouldn't be surprised if we see Hunter leave the company next. Hunter's got a lot of money. I think that was off the Bruce Pritchard show. He was a main event star for that company for a long time. I'm sure that he would love to run WWE if that was on the table, but I don't think that he needs to be doing work that he doesn't want to do or that he loves. I think Hunter, Paul, whatever you want to call him, loves his family, loves his time away as much as he loves it in there. And if Vince is going to go in there and run this thing like, he tried to with the NWO and kill his own creation, I think that family is just going to let him do it. I'm kind of surprised, honestly, that we haven't heard anything from Shane. I know that, the rumor is that Shane sold his WWE stock a long time ago when he left WWE, whether if that was like in 05, 06, somewhere in there. And, he sold his stock to basically go off and create his own path. I remember at one point I owned stock in a company for a long time. I think it was called IDEX. I don't even know where I got the tip to buy that thing. I ended up making money on it when I finally sold it, but it was a dog for a long time. And I found out that was a company that Shane was involved in, and I didn't even know when I bought it. It was just sort of like somebody said, this is going to be the next thing. So I jumped in. I bought a lot of stuff in 2020 that I didn't even know what it was because people were telling me that was the thing to do. It's funny when you think about, how Triple H and Stephanie, in real life, they started their relationship after their relationship on TV ended. Basically, they got together at that Armageddon pay-per-view when they were actually married on the SmackDown before Armageddon pay-per-view, where it was Triple H versus Vince, and Stephanie turned on Vince. That started the McMahon-Helmsley era, where they were running Raw and SmackDown. They were kind of like the they weren't really the GMs because there was a GM at the time, but they were like the owners of the company because Vince and Linda stepped away because they were so upset over what had happened. And, they were kind of running roughshod. Vince, was off to the side. So Triple H, got DX back together. He beat Big Show for the championship, and they just found ways to screw people over. They got the Radicals to join their side. Way off on a tangent there. That had been nothing. But once that finally ended, they started dating. They got married. And then they both got in positions in that company to run it. But I know that Stephanie's got her own shit to do. But if you remember back 2016, it was announced that Stephanie was going to write a book. They announced it. They made it seem like the book was sooner to be coming out than not, and then it just never came out. So it's gonna be one hell of a book if it ever gets written. I think there's some stuff going on there, and I don't know, but this is probably a bigger story than we're gonna know anything about anytime soon. But someday it's got to come out, man. Vince got to come back. I don't feel good right now. That's all I got to say. Anybody who's buying stock in this company thinking that it's going to go higher because Vince is back, man, y'all got to watch these shows because Vince is going to get back. He's going to put his hands in everything and just kill everything that they've been doing for the last 3-4 months that's been going right. We're going to go right back to doing wrong. We're going to be having zombie matches. We're going to be, just pushing the biggest, strongest, baddest dudes that can't wrestle out there. They're going to go back to saying sports entertainment, medical facility, can't say wrestling, can't say belt. Just dumb, stupid rules from a promoter that doesn't realize it's not 1985 anymore. I don't get it.